Hi, this is Senor Keeling from Monroe High School, and I'm here today to show you how to change on a PC computer, change the keyboard so that it will type Spanish characters. So why don't you come around here and look at the screen and follow my instructions, and I'll show you how to do so. So first of all, we're going to go to the Startup menu. Going to click on there, and we're going to go to Settings, the Settings Control. So Settings, from Settings you will reach Control Panel. Click on Control Panel. Now, depending on where you are on a particular computer, you could go to Keyboard right now, or you could go to Daytime Language and Regional Options. You might get something that says Keyboard, and then you can go into the settings, or on this computer it says Language. So click on Language, and we have choices, Regional and Language Options, or Add Other Languages. So we're going to click on the Add Languages character right here. And we have Add Languages, okay? Details, I'm going to click on Details, and we have Settings or Advanced. So we have Settings here, and you notice that we already have the English language there, all right? So I want you to click on the Add, because you're going to add a language. This is the language that you already have on your keyboard, and if you had more than one, it would list them here. So I will click on the Add a Language right here in this tab, and it will give me choices. I'll click on a drop-down menu. There are many different choices here. French, German. I'll scroll down to Spanish, letter S. And notice that there are many of them in Spanish, depending on the country of origin. I'm going to use International Sort, and the reason why I picked that one is because the accent key is easier to reach. So I'm going to pick the one that says Spanish International Sort, click on that, and then I hit OK, Add Input Language, and there's a tab that says OK. So I'll click that right now, and notice that it is here added to our existing keyboards that are on this computer. One is English, has an icon EN. The other is Spanish, has the icon ES for Español. So if I wanted to add more, I can click Add now, but I don't at this time. So I'll push OK. All right, and then I'll exit out of these languages. I'm going to say OK here, exit out of that, and then I will exit out of this program. And notice here on the Word document, right now I'm going to type in a character. For example, donde. I don't have an accent now, but at the top of the screen, either the top menu bar or the bottom menu bar, depending on how your computer's set up, it will give you a notation, English. So if I bring my cursor over to English and I click on English, I have a drop-down menu. There are two possibilities. There's a check mark next to English, and there's an ES where there's not checked. So if I click on this ES, it's going to now give me a Spanish character. Click on there, and it says ES up here for a designation. Now if I hit, I'm sorry, preparing to install. Well, it needs to install apparently on this particular computer. Usually it's done quickly. And once you do this, you're going to have different characters. Excuse me one second. You're going to have different characters that come up. We'll cancel the autocorrect. You can get that later. But for the sake of the video, if I click now, I have the Spanish characters, okay? So you ask me, list of common characters, autocorrections is not available. Would you like to install it now? No, thank you. Typically, you might get some of these additions, maybe you won't. But the way I'm going to type these characters is the question marks are going to be up here. This is an interrogative mark upside down, and this is the regular character now for a question mark. These have changed a little bit. If I want to type an accent, I'm going to take this finger right here, and I'm going to move it over one character. For example, if I want to have an accented I move this finger over one, hit here, and then the letter I, and they'll both come up at the same time. Same thing if I want to type an accented O, I put this finger here, and then an O, and that accent will come up, okay? If I hit this character right here, and the letter E, an accented E will come up. The shift mark, if I do a question mark, will be right here, and the regular question will be here, okay? And I've given you a diagram of the different keys that will change when you type them in Spanish. And there you have it. Okay, so when you go to type in Spanish, click on this available language and ES. If you want to go back to English, click on that to English and you have it. I have my Spanish character set up as a default. If you choose to go back in for your language and want Spanish for default for any reason, if you're a Spanish teacher maybe, then you can set it up as a default. But typically most people want English as their default. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoy typing in Spanish. Have a nice day. Hasta luego.